VSC, VSC, VSC.
She thinks she's funny.
I got jokes. Hello and welcome
To the most dangerous show.
Sun Dragon Sideshow.
Yes, it.
Thank you. I was waiting for that. Okay. So, hello. How are we all doing today? I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in downtown Brevard, North Carolina, which is sunny and again going to be deceptively warm today.
It's going to be warm. It's not deceptive.
Who are you?
I'm Liz. I'm the minion there.
I have to start with, what are you wearing today, Liz?
In black.
And why are you... Liz often will wear black when she's in mourning, so I have to ask the follow-up question of who died?
My motivation. I saw it as a pin yesterday. No, it was a Ravelry cover photo.
It was something, yeah.
Yeah, it was on.
Oh, it was a Ravelry cover photo? I didn't realize that's what it was. It was a profile pic.
In a series of pictures, or projects, and I there's just this little black square, and it says, "I'm wearing black today because I'm mourning the death of my motivation," and I was like, "Oh my gosh,
really?
I like that."
Yes.
So, black.
Mm-hmm. And I am wearing my Sorrel sweater because I just finished it. I'm so excited about it. My calendar is doing flippy things down there again. I don't know what. Something is wrong with my calendar and my MacBook, and it can't connect to the server until I click buttons like once or twice a day. So it's going to distract me every once in a while by hopping down there, but don't mind me. I just finished this weekend, and I love it so much, and it's so comfortable. I will probably be wearing it all week. Don't worry. I am wearing a t-shirt underneath it, so it is staying clean. So there's a reason I can wear it all week. So get used to seeing me in green. Okay. And then next week, I can put it into the rotation of my sweaters that I will try not to wear too many days in a row, or, let you see fun things. Anyway, so we are getting started filming a little later today than I wanted, mostly because it took me a really long time to get to work today.
She left early.
I did.
We planned to get here early.
There was so much to do. Yeah. And I was telling Liz a story. Try to tell it real fast, right? So there's 3 gates out of the big, huge Rabbit's Warren called Conisty Falls that I live in. And there's 2 on the main road, 276, and there's 1 way over on this side. So 1, 2, all the way into town. That's where I live at this one. I turn onto the main road. There's a fire truck there directing traffic up this way, which means that something's probably happened on the main road and it's shut down.
Back away from the direction you need to go.
Yeah, well, like up, like I'm town. You guys are where I live. It would take me up the mountain, see off Mountain Road, and then back down again, Becky Mountain Road, and then I'd be a lot closer to town. But it would probably take a while. So I see that and I'm like, uh-oh, something happened. And I'm assuming it's between that gate and this gate. And so I turn around and go back into Conisty and start trucking over to the second gate that's on the main road. And then I check social media. Luckily, we have where people post about what's happening on the road. And it said that there was a flipped over car. And I really hope and pray that that person is okay. But a flipped over car shut down the road between the main gate and town. Which means if I had gone to the main gate, I probably would have been directed up. There's a road right across from the main gate that I think does the same thing, connects to Becky Mountain Road somewhere. I don't know those roads very well. I didn't want to travel on those roads. So I was most of the way to the main gate. I had to backtrack into the Rabbit's Warren of Conisty to get over to this other gate way over here, which eventually dumps you onto the main road. Much closer to town, but takes a while. So what is normally a 15-minute drive, in the best case scenario, I think it possibly could be, because everybody else was doing over here, and there's probably tons of traffic on the mountain over here. What's normally a 15-minute drive took me at least half an hour, if not a little longer. Probably more like 35, 40 minutes.
So she sent me this.
I was not texting while driving. I was voice recognizing while on slower parts where I could kind of stop and
yeah. Said, hey, prep this, and I said, okay, got it, and I was just about to go look at a notion-y thing, but it was 10 minutes after 9 when she walked in, and we had to set up to film, and we decided, you guys get yarn today.
Long story long, no notion.
Yeah.
There's something out of this yarn over there that I'm gonna go grab. But so I made it to town, and hopefully I was thinking, how the heck am I gonna get into town? That's why they were turning cars off the road so far away from where this happened. Is welcome to life in the mountains. There's only so many ways to get there from here. So,
If there's an accident or a tree down on 64, like my part that I go home to, I have to take 276 around the back.
oh,
You know,
yeah, and through
towards
DuPont?
the airport.
No, the other way.
I got to go
Okay.
the other way and then back up another side road, but it takes me twice as long, even though the speed limit's faster, because I got to go over a mountain and through the woods, and then over a mountain and through the woods, and then
There's way from my house to her house through the woods, literally DuPont Forest. But yeah, it's so
when you have mountains, there's only one or two ways, either over or around them. And you think, oh, it's right over there. There is no way to get right over there.
luckily on my side of the main road, I know some ways to get places. On the other side where they were making people go, I was like, I don't want to do that. So we're here, which is the good news. And there's a yarn. We got some new colors in last week that's not up online yet, that I took pictures of last week and then never got up online. So let's do that, is what I said to Liz. And then we were talking about sparkly yarn last night. And that's not up online yet either. So we're gonna do that. And so like see sparkles.
You
actually can see the sparkles on this. Let's start with the sparkles.
Let's start with the sparkles.
I'm gonna run and get the non-sparkle sample just so it's here. But let's start with sparkles.
I'll read stats and
Liz will vamp.
I'll vamp. Well, sort of. Okay, so we have Plymouth Electra Lite. It is 75% merino, superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 5% Lurex. The sparkly bit.
That's the sparkly part.
So it is 425 yards per 100 grams. They are recommending a US 3 needle. It's machine washable on gentle and tumble dry low.
Look at the sparkle.
It's sock content, so you could make sparkly socks. Where's the rest? We're retailing it for $19.95, but this week you get to save 15%.
Woohoo! There are only a few yarns we have in the shop that have honest to goodness sparkle. There's our Encore Stars with a Z, which is not up. I don't think that one's up online, but call the shop if you want a cost-effective worsted weight. There is our sparkling mohair. Some of our hand dyes, especially the ones from Daydream Dyeworks, have a little bit of sparkle. Have a little bit of stamina. And then there's this guy, which is wonderful. And yeah, sparkle. It's just some people love the sparkle. This is not one of them, but that's okay. So
I overdo on my dresses. Like, you get lots of color, lots of meat, and throwing sparkle on it would just...
The color she's holding would look lovely with what she's wearing. It would just sing. Right?
I look at this yarn and I'm like, it's such a pretty teal.
But it's got
sparkle.
Which does not work for her. So, but yeah, it's fingering weight sock content. So again, you could make sparkly socks. I have no idea if you feel the little ribbon of sparkle that runs through it. Probably it's not rough, but you might feel it a little if you make sparkly socks.
I can't feel it just sitting there rubbing
I can't feel it either.
The skein. But it's like the sparkly mohair, you can feel the sparkle. And yes, you have that gorgeous crocheted bit.
I just keep shaking this. This is what's the colorway that you have right
there? This color is teal topaz.
And
it doesn't show up proper on camera.
It's much warmer than the camera's catching it. So I will do my best to take some good photographs of that. And the coolest thing I think about the Electra Lite is the sparkle. So backing up a second. The Dragon Base Daydream Dyeworks is wonderful and subtle sparkle, and it's all gold, but it's really thin and fine. This has that ribbon of sparkle that pretty much almost in every color matches the color of the yarn. That is one I think is one of the benefits of this is me QVCing it.
Yes.
So this one, this color right here, is called Morganite. It is like a dusty rose. What other words would you use for this? It's really pretty. It's my
Dusty
favorite.
rose, a slight mauve.
Mauve. That's the word I was going for.
Yeah.
And see the sparkle. Woo. This is the Roaring 20s shawl. This was celebrating. I made this last year. It's crochet. This is celebrating 2020, back when we were all excited about 2020 in January of last year.
Yeah,
And
before the world even thought about falling apart.
I know, when it was like, hey, it's 2020. Let's talk about the 1920s and the Roaring 20s and the shawl. And it's really pretty. We have a knitter who's made a bajillion different versions of this.
A knitter crocheter, yes.
Mm-hmm. And yes, sorry, did I say knitter? I meant customer. I don't know. My brain. Did I tell you it took me 40 minutes to get to work today? Okay. So, but this is like puffs out the wazoo. Look at that. It's really fun. And then the puffs get separated down there.
The pattern was what?
I think it took 2 skeins.
2 skeins.
I see where I changed yarn. And you know, the first skein took me, because you start in the middle. This is a triangle shawl for people who watched my tips and tricks on different shapes. Started in the middle, got bigger. The first skein got me all the way, where'd it go? All the way to there. And then the second skein finished, but you know, it looks like the second skein didn't do as much, but it's wider.
That and
I had the yarn chick in this end of the second skein.
Eat yarn
Amazingly.
business.
I actually think, no, wait. I wanted to say I might have had to crack into a third, but I don't think so. I think I managed to crack out to get it out of 2. But this is so soft. So the merino and nylon and everything, very soft, wonderful, and sparkly. So what you got there?
I have Opal. It's all white and sparkly.
Yeah, and I will say that is one instance where it might not exactly match because the sparkle is silver. You can't really have white sparkle. I mean, I guess you could.
No, and for the
really
Opal,
pretty,
opals have that whole, different.
We can rationalize it. Is what that means.
Yes.
This one is silver, and it's like a blue silver. That actually does show up on camera. Again, this is a little bit bluer on camera than it is in person, but it's kind of a blue gray, which is very nice. Again, warm everything up that you're seeing. But we have a silver.
This one is Onyx.
That is the one I used in my calliope. So let me get my calliope out. It's black with black.
I have to say, I think if I was going to do any of these, it might be the black, just because it's dark and broody.
Shocker.
I know, right?
So my calliope has 2 sparklies in it. This lovely black sweater that I'm not wearing today because I have to wear this all week. The sparkle you can actually really see in this was the mohair sparkle has silver in it, but there is other sparkle in this from the black sparkle. So it'll sparkle multiple ways.
Sparkles.
Everything sparkles. It's wonderful. Okay. They're amazing jewel tones, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Okay. This is sapphire. You can see.
It's
Oh,
really
look at
nice.
that! Look at the sparkle.
Blue, yeah.
It looks a little purpley blue on camera. It is blue.
It's blue.
It is, honest to goodness, like royal blue with sparkle. So, yep.
This one's violet.
It is a deep, luscious purple, but not as dark as the camera's picking it up to be.
Yeah.
That's like the my morning meditation this morning had a deep purple on it, not sparkle, but it looks deeper and darker. It was really hard. I don't think I edited the color quite right, but purple's hard, people. And then the last one we have, which I have a sample of, in a second I'll show you, is this lovely golden yellow. It actually is called gold. It is called gold. Look at that sparkle. Look at that sparkle. Yay. I used it. I used it in my Alaska hat that I made with the Tasmanian base, the contrast, but it's the whole brim. The whole brim sparkles. And the trees sparkle.
We have several Alaska hat kits with different combinations of sparkle.
With the idea of like the white sparkle can look like snow, it all like putting it with this, putting it with the teal. It's gorgeous. The hat kits are not on sale this week because they're already somewhat reduced price. If you buy the 2 skeins of yarn for the hat, you're getting them at a better value than buying them individually. But it's any hat made out of fingering weight that you want to make. The sock head hat is a nice slouchy hat that's made out of 1 skein. Make it sparkle. Single color, but sparkly. Oh, it's amazing. So we've used this for a few things in the shop. I would use it for even more, but I don't want to take away all the lovelies from you all. If I knit with them all, then you can't buy them. So we have some in stock, and please save some money and get some this week and make cute things out of them. Still, this is like my favorite color. Oh my gosh. All right, so that is our first yarn. We have 2 yarns today. The other one is one that has been surprisingly popular throughout the pandemic, and that I wasn't expecting to be as popular. And we've swapped out some colors and gotten some new colors, and yay! And it is Cascade Nifty Cotton. And I think it's the surprise seller of the pandemic because it is a sturdy worsted weight cotton. You can make dishcloths and washcloths and all kinds of,
and
it's great. It's fantastic.
Bags and
we have a bajillion colors.
we have, yes.
Not
So,
all of them, but a bajillion.
Nifty Cotton, 100% cotton, medium weight worsted. You get 185 yards per 100 grams. They're recommending a US 7 needle. Machine wash cold, tumble dry low. We are retailing it for $7.95.
So essentially about $8. But you're saving 15%.
Saving 15%.
So that's like 8 and 4. You're saving like over $1.20 maybe ish. So that's when my math ends.
We had a very pale yellow.
It was called, there are a whole bunch of these colors called soft this, soft that. There was a soft yellow because when we first brought this in, it was going to be our baby yarn, you know, or like you can make we got a baby palette in, and it looked kind of like a creamsicle. Like it was a soft yellow, but it was an orangey yellow, and we weren't happy with it. So when we sold out of it, we did not bring it back in. You cannot get it from us right now.
We brought in yellow.
We got yellow because that was the thing. We didn't have a yellow, but so now that just came in last week or early this week. Yeah, last week, whatever. We have a straight up yellow. Yay. Peach. Peach is new for people who are regular customers in the shop. Peach, it's peachy coral goodness. It is just awesome. We have a pretty wide rainbow in both the pale and the vibrant of this yarn. Yay.
Soft lilac.
There's our soft lilac. It is a light purple. You will love it.
Soft pink.
Yes. Again, some of these colors are wonderful, and some people like the jazzy colors. So, soft blue.
Soft blue.
Hey, look at that. I guessed right. That one's not soft green. I know what that one's called because I did all the things.
Mint.
Mint is our.
It looks very wedding mints. Those little buttercream mints.
But yes, it's not. It may not be exactly what you're thinking of when you think of mint green, but it's pretty close. So.
Grape.
The grape is what I would consider more of a full-blown lavender medium purple. Yeah. We don't have a super dark purple, by the way.
Turquoise.
That's as dark as we get. The turquoise is gorgeous, and it is a warmer color than it appears on camera. You're building a little cotton mountain in front of you.
Am. Marigold. Is marigold new?
No. Marigold is what I made my crocheted bag out of. My French market bag that I think might be lost at home.
It's like all chains. It holds a crap ton of
loopy and loose, and if I can find it at home, I'll bring it in and show it off. But it is a lovely orangey yellow, amazing color. I think it's a fantastic color.
It's very marigold.
We just it's very marigold. Oh, wow! Someone actually named something a color that it represents. We just got a whole new order of that in, so we are fully stocked on marigold. Orange is like
orange,
really orange. It's wonderful. Yes, not soft orange, not creamsicle.
Orange. Lime
is this has been languishing on my needles forever. This was a suggestion when I was like, I don't know what to make out of this, because I didn't really want to make a oh look, this is popping out of all the stitches. Haha, maybe it needs to be ripped apart. I didn't want to make a washcloth out of this because everybody makes washcloths out of this, and they know what that's going to look like. So I was starting to make a little baby dress, which turned out to be more of a toddler size dress out of this when we were back at the old shop. But it's a warmer color than it's showing up on screen, as everything is. But it could be really great for kids' clothes, is what the example of this is showing. This may not survive much longer because at this point, since I have it out and away from the shelves, I might rip it out and do something else with it. But it shows you how it knits up. It knits up really nice. I think there's even some short rows across that back. I can't tell. But you know, good stitch definition if you want to have lace work in it even. Look at that. At this point, Carol, shout out to Carol, will know what this pattern was, but at this point, it may have to be reincarnated as something else. So, but it can show you how it works.
Red.
And that is a nice cherry red. That is a very red. This is one of my favorite colors.
Berry.
Did you notice? It's kind of like that color, but not really. The berry is like a deep, what do we call that? I don't know.
It's not purple. It's not red. It's like when you squeeze, well, like when you squeeze a blackberry, and it's that smear of not black, not red, not purple.
There's I know what color it is, and someone's gonna say, this is what you, and of course, yes. I can't find the words right now. It is a lovely kind of russet, but not orangey russet. It's a purpley, reddish, pinkish something. Raspberry.
Yes.
It's very raspberry. So
very
hence
raspberry.
the name Berry. Ha ha ha. Did I mention
Sapphire
it took me 40
Blue
minutes to get to work this
morning?
The sapphire blue is a little bit lighter
than the
and
camera.
brighter than the camera's picking it up, but it's wonderful. I mean, the color palette of the Nifty Cotton is fantastic.
Silver.
Silver is gray. It's a nice light gray. Yay.
Black.
Hey, yay. Dark and broody just for this.
Dark and broody.
We have neutrals. This is what this means. We have neutrals.
Buff.
Buff is a nice, tan buff color.
Oh,
look.
I don't think I held it up.
There you go.
And
You
last
just
but not
flopped it.
least,
And we have white.
straight up white.
Look at that.
I don't know why you'd want to make washcloths out of white.
Well, you don't necessarily make washcloths. We've had someone, this is actually really good if you're doing thicker, like amigurumi and crocheted animals and stuff. We had someone who took the red and the white and a few other colors and made a giant octopus for her child. And she had to keep coming back and buying yarn. This is at the old shop because she kept running out because it took more and more and more and more. So it's sturdy, it is washable, it would make wonderful things. The white would be a great accent against other things, is what I think. So if you made washcloths or dishcloths or something out of the white, then you could bleach them when they get dirty.
That is true.
Liz is unhappy that no one can see her.
No, I just don't want to sit up straight.
Oh man, we're through this stuff and there's maybe still, that only took us like 20 minutes. Because we went quickly.
Wow.
Because, so what else can we talk about for a couple minutes? Or we can let people have a short episode.
We started new projects last night.
Oh, yes, we did. These are not sale yarns. Anything we talk about from here on out is not 15% off. Only the Nifty Cotton and the Electra Lite is 15% off. But we can update you on things that we're doing. Ooh. So let's do that. And anyone who doesn't watch the VSC, because we don't talk about what we're working on, we'll have to go back and watch it. We'll have to mention tomorrow to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
So, okay, this is just yarn I have to wind because I'm out of yarn for my honey moss.
Lost my hook somewhere.
It's in here. I'm using my Big Sully for one of my new projects, and we are out of Big Sullys right now. I have ordered more. If you want to pre-order at a discount price for when they come in, you're going to have to call the shop. There's no way to pre-order online. But if you want to claim one of them.
What? Discount price.
Huh? What did I say? Discount price?
You said discount price.
Oh, I meant just, well,
if
some
you
people
have a code.
If you have a code, this is not this is not a product of the week because we don't have any in stock right now. Thank you for putting that. But some people have discount codes from things they've watched. and you can call the shop and give us the magic password, and we will let you pre-order at a discount price. Or if you're just like, everyone's getting these, I need to have one. If you want to pre-order and claim yours at regular price, you're gonna have to contact the shop because there's no way to buy them online. But we have ordered more, and it's gonna take maybe a week for them to arrive. We are almost out of the yarnets, and those are coming, but they've gotten stuck in the weather that's happening around the country. They should have
There was a
arrived by
lot
now.
of weather going on in the last couple of weeks.
They should have, and it doesn't matter if they went through the places where the weather was happening. It slowed everything down. So we have we have an order from Bryson that is in transit, and we hope it will get here one day. And Liz is now working on her new project. Would you like to show off your new
I
project?
can show off my new project. So my new project was an idea that I wanted to do 3.5 years ago. When Rebecca opened the shop.
I remember her talking about this years ago.
Yeah.
I want to, but
well, there was a big problem with I have to do this project. It was a doily. I don't want to do a doily, so of course I'm bigger yarn, bigger hook, blah blah blah. But the problem was the pattern was only in a French magazine that is discontinued, except for the chart that was on Pinterest.
And it was this little thing on her like phone or her iPad. Like this is bigger than we've ever seen it. This is why.
I could not blow up the middle big enough to find out how many chains that I needed. So yesterday, on a tangent, I start looking at thistle doilies, and I'm like, well, but I want my one from the 3 years ago. So I found the
tangent of looking at thistle things. That's not a thing, Liz.
No, not a thing. I found the pin, and after going through 2 Russian websites and finding out that I lost 500 friends on Facebook, it was.
We think she might have been hacked
Probably.
to find this, but it's worth it.
So worth it.
It's worth it.
I got to just the picture I could print out, and so I printed it out, and
This was Liz last night at knit night.
I have to wear
Oh,
really big reading glasses, like really heavy duty reading glasses, to see
how teeny tiny the little, yeah.
she had a lot of revelations last night.
a lot.
It was great.
So, it's supposed to be done with thread crochet. Like, the doily is supposed to be 52 centimeters across. And
that's not very big.
No, I am on row 7, and that's
How many rows is it total?
23. I'm trying to find a spot that
You're in
You can
black,
see.
Liz.
I know.
There's not going to be a spot.
See?
You can hold it up over your shoulder with where the no other. Well, that will work.
That'll work. So I have the middle done.
It's very pretty. It's gonna be amazing. She's very happy.
it's this little.
She might have bought me out of a color of Hearthstone last night.
I don't know how much it's gonna take.
So she bogarted it just in case. I will order more. I am down 2 colors of Hearthstone. Remember, when I said nothing else is that we mentioned is on sale, I meant it. I'm down 2 colors of Plymouth Hearthstone, which is a merino. It's what I'm doing the striped sweater out of. It's a merino and alpaca. No, yes, alpaca blend. It's beautiful. It is technically sport weight, but with fingering weight yardage because it will fluff because of the alpaca. And I will be ordering more.
And
So-
I'm.
But if you want blue or red, you're out of luck.
I didn't buy the blue.
No,
It wasn't me.
red is her fault. The color she held up. Blue is someone else's fault.
I am crocheting on a J hook with
The thing and the definite
thing.
the thing with the Hearthstone. It's fluffy.
It's wonderful.
Like
It's very
it
fluffy.
fluffs up to fill the spaces.
so
It's gonna be amazing.
great.
We have to figure out how she's going to block this, or if she's going to block this. I mean, I think it will sing if you block it,
Oh,
but you'll need like the whole shop, and we'll have to like We'll have to rig up bungee cords or something.
Well, depending on how big it is, I might just plastic wrap the rug in the middle on like Friday afternoon
And
pin it out
Oh,
to
that-
the,
that one,
the
okay.
round rug, because then I have a round
Mhm.
to pull. Yeah.
we'll keep y'all updated. So
Lots of teeping.
I started 2 shawls last night, and one was my morning meditation, and one I posted a picture of on Instagram, but I can show you live right now. So first of all, having nothing to do with getting sidetracked right before I left the shop, I was thinking about making this last week. Like I spotted it last week and was waiting until I finished my sweater before I started it, so I could have like earned the right to start it. You know, that wouldn't have stopped me anyway. But so this is, it's written for Miss Babs Yowza Minis, and Miss Babs doesn't really sell in shops at all. She does all shows and trunk shows, and it's beautiful. But I wanted to make it, and since it's DK, I said, ooh, the smaller size should take about 100 yards of 2 colors. And our Plymouth Davila, which is 100% merino, not superwash, just merino, comes in 50-gram skeins that have like 100 plus yards. So we picked 2 very lovely colors that I am now, since my big Sully is free, I can put them in there. And this is warmer than it shows up on camera. It is called Pear, and it's very much a nice, you would think of a pear color when you see this, I think. Like nice pear skin that's kind of on the light side, but warmer than the camera showing it off. And this is Concord, as in Concord grapes, and it is a much prettier, and it's lighter and warmer than the camera's picking it up right now. But the color combo was like, ooh, how awesome is that going to be? So I started last night. It starts with a provisional cast on with waste yarn, because you're going to do an I-cord bind off on both sides to give it the nice rolled edge that this has, right? And it's called stellatum cowl, so it's this flower stitch. I know there's a formal name for the stitch that may or may not be stellatum, but look at that. It's so cute. I'm really excited about it. You're doing 2 rows with the Concord that just give you a garter ridge in between this, and then 2 rows creating the flower stitch, which is 5 stitches with yarn overs, and then you're knitting through the yarn overs to create 5, so they combine and come back out again. You do a knit and a yarn over and a knit. It's in my morning meditation this morning if you want to see how it's done, to have something that comes in and goes back out and gives you this. And shout out to Renee. She asked, I saw right before we started filming, she asked if it's difficult. That's relative. I feel like that's kind of a hard thing to answer. I don't think it's super difficult, but it depends on how comfortable you are knitting through 5 stitches. The stitches are, because you wrap around twice when you're creating those 5 stitches, they're elongated so you can get your needle through them, but then you got to stick your needle through them about 3 times. So it depends on what you're comfortable with. I don't think it's super, super difficult, but I know I have knitters who would think it's very difficult, and I have knitters who think it's a piece of cake. So it's hard to quantify. I think it's very doable personally. So it just might take some practice. I think I've seen there's samples on Ravelry of this with a multicolor for right in here, and that sounds really cool. I think there are so many combos that could make a really cool cowl for this, that if we have the energy at some point, we might make kits. I'd like to make sure that 1 skein of each yarn is going to be enough to get you through the small size before we make kits. We have struggled making kits lately.
Some of that is because we don't have time. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, but it's a good problem to have. But that means we can't put together new kits for y'all because, oh my gosh, we're swamped. Filling online orders, placing new yarns online, that kind of thing. Like, we got in new feeder brook, and I wanted to make new night shift kits because we're kind of low on night shift kits online, but it's been exhausting. So we
that and like as soon as you posted we had new feeder brook, it started flying off.
There are a lot of colors we don't have anymore. So stay tuned. I will keep working on this because this is a short cowl in many ways. I think I can finish it pretty quickly and figure that out, and then maybe we can make kits. Not today though. So The other thing is I said, I wonder what Melanie Rice has been up to, because I have some of her patterns and I really like them, and I'd like to make some more. And it turns out that she has put out a series of patterns, three patterns that they're very pretty. There are 2 shawls and a cowl. And one shawl, I think both shawls have a little bit of lace or pattern work in them. One shawl uses some cabling, some basic cabling. And it's called like her winter something reflections, maybe. I'll put it in the description. But I bought all 3 patterns because I like all 3. I can't buy them through my Ravelry Pro account, as we call it, but I still can acquire them for y'all. It just doesn't profit share with the pattern designer. It's a little bit more complicated process than you getting it on your own. So if you want to get it on your own, go for it. The individual patterns are probably like $5 or $6, but you can get all 3 for like about $13 or $14 as like an ebook. And that's what I did. So Ashes and Soot, or Soot, or Soot, whatever, however you want to say it, is she loves triangle cowls, let me just say. And one of the reasons
triangle cowls rock.
They rock. They give you more shape than just putting something around your neck. You might see the texture better, and you throw it on and go instead of wrapping a shawl around you, and it might fall off. So I picked 3 colors of fiber spates. That's what I made this out of, fiber spates Vivacious DK, to do the series with. Not that I don't have other things to do right now, right? But Ashes and Soot, you may or may not be able to see. It's a very dark picture. It has single stitches that stretch and go over and kind of like this, and it looks really cool. So of course I had to start it last night. These are the let me see if I can find the other 2 yarns. Yes. So this is a vivid, dark, luscious color of Vivacious DK. I picked these 3 colors because I think they kind of go together on our lighter end of the palette in fiber spates. I'm always wanting to knit with fiber spates, and sometimes I have to force myself to knit with some of the other yummies we have in the shop. But these 2 are destined for the 2 shawls, but I figured I should be doing some smaller items to encourage you all to do some smaller items if you are daunted by the big items. But know that big items are doable too, right? This should hopefully only take 1 skein. I'm doing it in Pebble Beach, which is one of our most popular colorways of of the fiber spates. It is gray and blue. It's light gray, kind of medium light gray, and it's got hints of blue, and it's kind of a brown
and hints
gray.
of brown.
Yeah. So it's really pretty. We almost did it in the Smoky Joe. We almost picked the Smoky Joe for it, which is darker grays and luscious, and would look a lot like this picture.
So with the debate was Smoky Joe or the Pebble Beach, and Smoky Joe is a gorgeous dark and broody gray with the browns and blacks instead of blues.
Yeah.
If you want to go on the light end of broody gray, but have it less broody, go with Pebble Beach.
Mm-hmm. So either of these would be gorgeous for the Ashes and Soot. And it's got cabling in it that there's charts and written instructions in this. It's what I like about Melanie Rice's pattern. She's got like a heads up, here's where we're going, and then different options of how to get there. And I'm going to use a simpler cable needle than my big bendy one, because it's only 1 stitch or a couple stitches that are switching place, and this makes it easier for me. I'm planning on, wherever I'm at with this, doing it for my morning meditation tomorrow. And here is how it looks so far. So it started up here. I had to move it. It's getting bigger very fast. I had to move it to the center to show you. If it's up on the needle, it distorts the shape. But look at that. Isn't that cool?
It is so cool.
It's a really neat texture, and it's not super difficult. There's also what's really funny is, without meaning to, this has stitches that are elongated by knitting and wrapping twice when you're knitting. This has stitches that are elongated by purling and wrapping twice while you're purling to make these textured stitches that are going to pop out over it. And I just think they're fun and amazing. And decide which one you want to tackle. This one doesn't have knitting into one stitch a billion times, but it has a chart with terminology you need to like read the rest of her pattern to figure out. So it's a lot of paying attention. But other than that, I think it's very, very doable. And I can't wait to do more of this. Look at that. Oh, it's going to be so pretty. And then I'm going to tackle the shawls, which look gorgeous. But I also have to make sure I keep going with the other things that need to get finished too. So
yeah, I've got to go catch up on a papillon.
yeah, it's a papillon. I even talked about that yesterday and I've already forgotten about it because squirrel.
Yeah.
So many pretty things to make. Which one do you want to make with me? Yay! What? Or make with her, right? If you follow my Instagram and Facebook feeds, you see a lot more of my stuff. I don't really post hers unless it's like gotten finished or things, but you know, come to us for questions about Liz's stuff too. You know, I could always make her post on her Instagram and make you follow her, but that's not part of her shop responsibilities.
I Instagram stalk, like, you know, I have Instagram and occasionally you'll see like this much of my face for, you know, I'm going to SAF tomorrow. Try and find me. And
yeah. I don't force her to put all her projects online. It's all good.
And I don't tell Rebecca, hey, take a picture of my stuff and post it because, you know, she's got enough to take pictures of.
Well, I mean, I would.
I know.
But we're usually too busy. So anyway, ask us questions in the comments or contact us if you want to hear more about Liz's stuff. But you know, we do what we can. So we should at this point go. Now we've managed to fill a good 40 minutes. So yay, have fun. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe if you haven't already, because we are inching towards 500 subscribers. We will have a sale when we do. So we keep promising. All those discount codes we talk about, we'll have more just for you guys on YouTube if we get to 500 subscribers. If you want to share this with friends who you think might subscribe, then that's perfect. If you want to just like it or comment on this, I'm trying to respond to some comments. I don't get to all of them, but we do love hearing from you. I try to at least give you a like or a heart to let you know that I've seen it. Because, you know, that's what this is all about. The whole reason we started this was about community. And then that became like essential when the world fell apart.
Oh, yeah.
So it's great to see proof of life from people. It's wonderful. And we hope that you are persevering on through all this craziness. So, yeah, so we're going to go because I have packages to get ready to go in the mail that Liz is prepped and I didn't get here in time.
I still have some packages I have to finish prepping because Knit Night people were shopping. What?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What? And thank you.
That used to be a thing in store, and
yes!
Occasionally,
oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Since we got the online store up and running, it has become a thing during Knit Night. And
it used to be, hey, it's shopping time at Knit Night, or you know, some Knit Nights nothing would happen, and we just share each other's company. And last night became a, hey, it's shopping time while I'm hanging with you on Zoom. Okay, then I'll order more things. So, we do miss y'all. And we hope to meet some of the great people that follow us that we, you know, haven't had a chance to come to the shop. But meeting people at this point doesn't mean you have to travel here. Come to Knit Night. It's pretty awesome to say hi to people and hang with people. You know,
we're a happy, crazy bunch.
Yeah. It's sometimes we're quiet. We were kind of quiet last night.
Yeah.
And sometimes we're loud.
You had started new projects. I had started new projects. There was lots of counting. Across the whole field, It would be mutter, count, mutter, crap, what are you doing to me? And then back to, you know.
Then,
yeah.
Okay, so bye everybody. Have a good day.
Bye.
Tomorrow we will do Dear Becky and Lizzie. If you want to write us for Dear Becky and Lizzie, it is Sundragon Art and Fiber, 35 South Broad Street, Brevard, North Carolina, 28712.
Or email me, Liz at sundragonartandfiber.com.
All of it written out.
Yep.
Okay. It'll be in the comments.
Yep.
And Knit Night on Friday, 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shop code on Zoom is our phone number, 828-877-3550. The next time we're having a Saturday afternoon dual platform sit and stitch is not until March 20th. We will keep reminding you of that. And yeah, I think that's enough for now. But
Yeah, if you're watching behind, you might want to, keep an eye on where our
Get snapping.
subscribers are.
No. I'm kidding. Yeah. Thumbs up for us, please. Thank you. Yes, and more. And yeah, I think I'm losing my train of thought. So let's just end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.